How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of Jason's Realm, joined by my dad tonight. We will mic him up here in a second. How is it going, Dad? How you feeling tonight?
Oh, I'm feeling great now that the news broke.
Yeah, we are live today, getting ready to bring you guys live coverage of the first period of the game between the Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins and the Tampa Bay Lightning. This should be a fun game to watch here. The Penguins, as I'm throwing my terrible towel around, because, yeah, screw the Steelers right now. But, yeah, it should be a good game. We got Artie Shilov's in net tonight, going up against Andrei Vasilevsky. And Brian Rust is back tonight. So the Pens lose Erik Karlsson, but they get back Brian Rust. Also getting ready, let's see. Hello, sports fan. How's it going, Dan? How you doing, man? Also, viewers of the channel will notice something different. I've been wanting to order this for a long time. I finally got it ordered, and it came in today. We got the jersey. We got the Crosby. Did the kid. Made it here to the Berg tonight. Because actually in Pittsburgh, we are in the Pittsburgh region. We are on that side of the state. So we also got some breaking news today. I know it's football related, but you know, we're a sports channel. We cover football, we cover hockey. What, care to break the news, Dad? I'll let you do the honors.
2 o'clock today.
Thank you, Dan.
Tomlin decided to go a different way and is out of the Steelers for the head coach.
Longest tenured head coach is out of here.
So now they're beginning the process of a new head coach search.
It should be a good one. It should be a good one. Hopefully the Penguins make the right choice, or the Steelers make the right choice for head coach.
And the good thing about this is that maybe they'll...
Absolutely
it's going to be different coordinators, both offensive and defensive, but maybe they'll move into more of a modern approach. And they got a lot of capital and money.
Oh my gosh!
And
you know,
draft picks to begin this rebuild.
Yeah, and you know we were talking earlier about how the Pirates might be the third fire coach this year.
Yep.
You're wrong. In the last, let's see here, in the last 7 or 8 months, the last 7 months, give or take, every single major Pittsburgh sports team, the Pirates, the Penguins, and the Pirates, or the Steelers, Penguins, and Pirates. Not what I said first. But all 3 of those teams making head coaching changes. The Pirates firing Blake Shelton on May 8th of 25. Dan Muse coming in as the new head coach over the summer of the Penguins, replacing long-tenured head coach
Mike Sullivan.
Yes, I was blanking on the name. Mike Sullivan. And then the Steelers parting way, or Mike Tomlin, I should say. It was not the Steelers parting ways. Art Rooney wanted Tomlin back. But Mike Tomlin stepping away from the Pittsburgh Steelers. What's going to change in winning seasons every year? The problem is the Steelers were doing winning seasons, but then it was stale. They were going to get a winning season, go to the playoffs, and get embarrassed. You know what I mean? They might be competitive for 2 or 3 quarters, and then they're just going to get pantsed on national television.
The thing that the Steelers fans need to be aware of is that with this new coach,
there's going to be down years.
There is going to be down years. So you may not be your 9-8 every year.
Hey,
10-7.
But on the bright side, we're not going. No more 9-8 Super Bowl, baby.
So there may be a couple years where you're going to be 4, 5, 7 wins.
Hey, you know, I think I would rather not go to the playoffs than go to the playoffs and lose 7 straight playoff games. The stairway to 7 was supposed to be 7 Super Bowls, not 7 straight playoff losses.
But this is going to be interesting because it's going to be... I'm kind of excited to see how they do this, who the next coach is, and how they handle the draft pick and the capital that they have these next couple years to build that young core that they need to do to to start their next run of Super Bowls.
True. And Dan, we can agree to disagree on that. It's just being a fan of this team, seeing over the last 10 years how much decay and stagnation happened to that franchise, change was needed. You know what I mean?
Change was needed, but Tomlin was a very good coach.
It was one of the best hires ever. They went on an unknown defensive coordinator, took a chance on him. He turned out to be a pretty solid coach. It was one of the best hires the Steelers made.
It was a good hire, but the thing is that
He overstayed his welcome.
Started to get stale. Just like Mike Sullivan is probably a good coach for hockey, but he was getting stale. He needs sometimes to infuse different approach.
Yeah. The thing is, calling continued success stagnation is your issue. I don't know. You can call, 19 years, no losing seasons, but there comes a time where you need to be turning that winning season into playoff success. We're talking just general success. Mike Tomlin had plenty of it. You know what I mean? Being able to go 19 years without a losing season, that is success. But the Steelers, you can live off success, but then going to playoff success is the next step. The Steelers weren't doing that.
I don't think the Steelers go to training camp and say, "Oh, all I want is a winning season. I don't care how we go to the playoffs." You know, you got to get that second step, and if you can't get
the thing is, the Steelers are spending a lot of money. They had the most expensive defense in the NFL this year, and that defense couldn't stop a Pee Wee football team. How's it going, John? Let's see. But either way, getting back to the topic at hand here, we got the Penguins ready to roll.
Here's Rust. Your 7 line is in place. Your 7 line is in place.
Yep, I told you Rust was back. But yeah, we'll see. But yeah, what do you think was going to happen with 42-year-old Aaron? Aaron was not the issue. The issue was everyone around him. He didn't have viable weapons. The viable weapons he did have, apart from DK Metcalf, in terms of Pat Freiermuth, they wouldn't use because they wouldn't throw over the middle. That's game planning. That's coaching. Then you had the offensive line, which was not able to protect anything on Monday.
Aaron Rodgers is
great at reading the defense and making passes, not great at being able to escape the pocket anymore. So if your offensive line is crap, Rodgers is going to be crap.
But I don't think Rodgers is coming back. He mentioned that on the
after
what is it, Pat?
The new coach wouldn't want him either.
Well, what was it? The Pat McAfee
show?
Pat McAfee show. He said that he was more than likely not going to return.
Yeah, sounds like a GM issue. But also, it comes down. The same thing has happened with Tomlin under other coaches or under other GMs as well. So, Omar Khan has made some good moves. Part of it is being able to execute in moments, and the Steelers just weren't. But either way, rolling into hockey here, as that is the main reason you guys clicked onto this stream. We'll talk more about the Steelers situation as the period winds on. We'll be doing live coverage of the first period here of this game. Unfortunately, I would love to do more, but I do have to leave by 8:30 for bowling tonight. Also, John, I think you see the new drip. I knew you weren't here whenever I initially did it, but I think you see the new drip. But yeah, this game, the Penguins need to get back on track on a bit of a 2-game losing streak.
They need to win this and get back. Yeah, they definitely need to win.
At this point, I'd be happy. Let's see. I would be happy with, and Dan, I think that was coming from Rogers on his show, directly from Rogers.
I think it was what I read is at McAfee.
Okay. Well, that's.
I think it was. Right? Yeah, I think it was. He had him on there. He asked him.
Oh, if he asked Rogers, then Rogers said that to McAfee.
Yeah. I think Rogers. It was what Rogers would say.
Yeah.
But he's not discounting coming back. He's saying it's more likely that he's not.
Yeah.
At this point.
But yeah, John, it is a Crosby 87. We'll go ahead and showcase it off again. There we go. And shit the kid Crosby. It ended up coming in today. And we are ready to roll. So the big thing here, also the Penguins going to be without key star defenseman Erik Karlsson. He was placed on IR earlier this morning before the morning skate. So that is going to change up your defensive pairs a little bit. That's going to move the Kulak pair up to your first defensive pair. So, we shall see. We shall see. And then Wotherspoon, St. Ivany going to be your second pair, and Shea and Clifton on that third pair. Interesting choice to elevate Jack St. Ivany over Brian Shea.
Well,
interesting decision there. I personally would have probably put Shea with Wotherspoon because Shea's had some top D line time or top D pair time.
but what is he? Where is he at now, Shea?
Shea is on the third D pair
With who?
with Connor Clifton. That normally it was Shea and St. Ivany, but you're not going to move Parker Wotherspoon to the Parker Wotherspoon's going to stay top two pairs, but you don't want to break up the Kulak and Tanger pair. You weren't going to move Tanger off of that. Keep that D pair together, which I do like that move. I would have personally liked to see Shea with Wotherspoon, but I mean, trust in Muse, I guess. Trust in Muse. But we shall see what we've got in store again. Taking a look here, Blake Lizotte signing a 3-year contract extension with the Penguins yesterday. News broke. It was like 2 points here. Let's see. So do I want goals in this game? I think you do, John. I got a lot of fantasy players in this one as well. Taking a look at the fantasy matchup I got for today. Yesterday, sweeping the floor with my opponent, 28.7 to 9.7. Up by 19 entering today.
Even without any or two games ago when the Penguins didn't even score.
Oh, no, that game wasn't part of this.
I know.
Started yesterday. But yeah, my opponent going to have Jake the Snake Gensel tonight. Whereas me, I'm going to be rolling with, let's see, Sid the Kid, Ricard Raquel, Brian Rust, and Igor Chinikov in this one. I do have Stuart Skinner if it gets that bad, but I hope it doesn't, because if it does, Stu's not going to. How's it going, Bagel? But we are getting ready to roll here. Taking a look at everything going on here. Go ahead and take a look at the NHL schedule for today. We got a nice little 10-game slate. We got the 7 p.m. window. We got the Canucks and Senators alongside Lightning and Penguins, alongside the Canadiens at the Capitals, and the Flames of the Blue Jackets, who just appointed a new head coach recently, like yesterday I think it was, or a couple days ago. Then at 7:30, we got the Red Wings at the Bruins and the Canes at the Blues for John. At 8 p.m., we got the Oilers at Predators and the Isles at the Jets. And then at 10 p.m., we got the Leafs at Mammoth and the Stars at the Ducks. Should be a fun slate with key games. I'm eyeing up that Stars game, that Oilers game. That's a big one. The Maple Leafs and Mammoth is going to be a massive game to follow to see who comes up with that win. Because both of those teams are kind of on the fringe of eating a win. You know, Red Wings Bruins is going to be must-watch TV. The Red Wings are atop the Atlantic Division. The Bruins have been white hot as of late. That's going to be a sneaky fun game to watch there as well. And this one, obviously, massive importance to it as well. John saying he's got Gensel, Mantha, Malkin, Kucherov, Brazeau, Radish, and Letang. All right. We'll take a look here. Taking a look, the Lightning getting a massive 5-1 win yesterday on a 10-game win streak. 5 goals per game during that streak, and it's tied for the second longest streak in team history. So we'll see. Kucherov should be a safe bet for you. He has 67 points in 40 games, 4th in the NHL. That's on 23 goals and 44 assists. So just looking around that stuff as the Lightning have been on fire. Go Blues. Blues are on ESPN Plus. Looks like, so I can't watch. You can't watch it on local TV, or do you not have a cable provider? Do you not have a cable subscription? Because it should be on your local TV if you're in the St. Louis area. All right. Take a look. The last time the Pens did get the win over the Lightning, if I'm not mistaken, it was one of the few they got in the month of December. I think it was the win they got before going on to that massive losing streak. And let's see. Again, Lightning 10-0 in their last 10. The Pens are 7-3-0. Take a look at the last time the Pens did win 4-3 in Tampa. This one in Pittsburgh, and then they will meet again on April 2nd. It's no fool in Tampa Bay. Only on ESPN Plus tonight? Yeah, but it should be on local as well. It should be on local. They shouldn't be blacking it out off of your local network. I wouldn't think. Some games are only on ESPN Plus. Like they would like black it out off of the local networks. Kind of crummy. Kind of crummy of them. Wow. Kind of crummy. But we'll see here. Is the New Jersey going to bring the Pens any luck today? Hopefully it does. The Penguins and all the city of Pittsburgh needs it. The city of Pittsburgh needs it. Although they did kind of get goblins. But the city needs a win after what happened last night. It was bad. Oh, man. But yeah, first period coverage coming up here momentarily as we're getting close to puck drop. Dad, if you had to give a final score prediction for this game, who are you taking and what's the score? Who are you taking and what's the score? Think about that as I'll give mine. If I had to take a guess here right now, it's going to be probably a high-scoring game. The Lightning have been white hot. I do think the Pens find a way to stop Tampa. I think they find a way to get some goals, especially now the Lucky 7 line is back together. Raquel, Crosby, and Rust. I think that's going to be a massive thing for the Penguins. So I'm going to take the Penguins in this one by a final score of 5-4. It's going to be a high-scoring game. They're going back pretty much to their previous offensive lines. The only thing that's different is you got Novak up on the second line and Kindle down on the third. So, taking wide, Dad, and what's your score?
I think I would take. I think I'm going to take the Penguins on this. I think they'll bounce back, but I don't think it's a high-scoring game. I think it's like maybe 3-2 or something.
Tampa's already used up all their goals.
I just think it'll be more.
I think the Lightning are going to take advantage of the fact there's no Erik Karlsson, so you're dealing with some D pairs that haven't worked together much. I think they're going to be able to take advantage of that.
But that could be a good thing for the Penguins because then they're concentrating on.
See.
You know.
How's it going, Egg? How you doing today, man?
That's the one that we need.
The
ref. Where were you last night?
Oh, man.
Where were you last night?
Let's see. 1959 of the first. Pops will change his mind, and Penguins will lose in the blowout. Yeah. That's how Pops is. Pens will lose the opening draw. They lost the draw. Game over. Although they already started here. Up through center they go. The Lightning dumping it into the offensive end they go. Around the near side corner. Pens from left to right. Lightning from right to left. Moving that puck up. The Lightning in the defensive end with possession to the far side. Taken by Lizotte. Looking for some help. Going to go round in front. Shot going to be denied. Achari trying to punch it in. Vasilevsky not able to control it. Puck goes loose to the far side. Going to be maintained by the Lightning. Sending it down low behind the net. Going to be taken there by Charlie Edouard de Astus. Up the near side now. Going to be off of Dominic James. Looking for somewhere to go. Back into the defensive end he goes. Over to the near side. Into the offensive end. Back in behind the net of Artie Shelovs. Over to the near side they go. Moving that puck up now. Going to be Jack St. Ivany. Over there to Rust, looking for somewhere to go. Going to cough it up in the neutral zone. A tie up for that puck on the near side. Kicked out by the Lightning. Up into the neutral zone they go. The Penguins trying to take it back. Crosby sending it into the offensive end. Down low to the far side behind Vasilevsky. Over to the near side. The Lightning going to work with that puck. Over towards the near side. Back across to the far. Off the stick of Darren Radish. Over to the far side into the offensive end. A chase down. Kulak trying to get there. Taken ultimately, though, by Yanni Gourde. Over to the near side, backing across to the far, going to connect there with Pontus Holmberg. Top of the zone, shot going to go wide. Over to the near side, giving chase J.J. Moser. Around the near side, top of the zone to Pontus Holmberg. Across again, down low, chance, shot in front of Shelovs. Puck goes over to the near side, loose. And going to get cleared out of the zone, down to the near side, J.J. Moser. With that puck back in behind the net he goes. Working with that puck now, over to the near side. Going to send it along the boards. Almost a dangerous area. Taken by Jake the Snake Gensel into the offensive end. Wrapping around the near side. Passing across. Going to be sent in the corner. Malkin trying to get there. Penalty on the Lightning. And it's going to be 2 minutes for tripping on number 86, Nikita Kucherov. Going to the sin bin. Going to give the Penguins the game's first power play. Go ahead and put that on there. I gotta get some sort of button that I can press that as soon as the team goes on the penalty or on the power play, just dun 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 dun. Law and Order, whatever it was, that sound effect. But here we go, taking a look at John Cooper, Lightning head coach, faced off on the far side, Pens on the power play. That draw gonna be Crosby. Power play goal be best for me? Absolutely. Let's go. Face off won by the Pens. Shot going to be by Malkin. Around the far side it goes. Top of the zone now. It's going to be Tanger to the near side of Crosby. Back down low. Trying to wrap it around in front. Shot going to be denied. And loose to the near side. Tanger able to keep it in the zone. Sending it around the near side. Still tied up there. And puck going to go down to the corner. Maintained by the Penguins. Up to the top of the zone. Trying to send it. And now in front, Raquel. Going to pass it across to the far side. Back up top to Letang. Back down across again. That's Russ. Passing. Shot going to be denied. And going to be taken out by the Lightning. Going the other way. Up through center. Going to be Brandon Hagel. Into the offense with a chance of pass. Shot denied. That shot there by Anthony Cirelli. Over to the near side. That puck going to get cleared all the way back out and taken by the Lightning off of the stick of Carlisle. Back down low. The Penguins are playing defense on the power play. What a surprise. Over to the far side. Puck going to be loose. Taken up by Gergensen into the offensive end for Gord. Around in front of the net with a chance. And going to be taken back by the Penguins now. The far side working it up the neutral zone. They go off of the stick there of that's going to be Kindle. Connecting with Russ, can't connect, and kicked out again by the Lightning. Surprise, surprise. All the way back in behind the net, and it's going to be Kulak there with the puck. 45 seconds to go on the power play, 16:51 in the first. Over the near side, ready to move it up. It's going to be Kulak over to Kindle, dumping it into the zone. Back in behind, that's Vasilevsky. Over to the near side, puck goes loose. Kindle had a chance if he can control it with an empty net, but could not quite get there. Brazeau backing around the corner, now back again. So trying to battle with it, Kindle there as well. Along the boards, comes up loose and taken by the Lightning, going out with 20 seconds to go with speed. Into the offensive end, Brandon Hagel looking for some help. Trying to pass it across, maintained by the Lightning again. They have offensive zone time. They're going to pass it back through center again. And it's going to be that's Chinikov trying to take that puck away. Into the offensive end, gets sent, but over to the near side it goes. Power play going to expire. Lightning able to successfully kill that power play while still having more offensive zone time than the Penguins, it seems. Back in behind the net, the Lightning with possession over to the near side. Going to hit Moser. Up through center. And that puck taken back is a chance there for Lizotte. Can't find anyone to pass it to. Has to send it down low for Moser. And the Lightning back in behind the net to the far side. Two Penguins on it, Achari and Lizotte. Goes over to Moser. That's going to be taken back by Lizotte. Down low, a chance back in behind. Moser gets the puck behind the net to the far side. Going to connect with Radish. That's going to be now taken up through neutral ice. The Lightning over to the near side. J.J. Moser into the offensive end again. So shot. Going to go wide left, deflected off the pad. Along the near side over to the far. Going to be maintained there. That's going to be Kucherov. Across ice. Going to be kicked out by the Penguins. Up now through center and going to send it back into the offensive end. Taken back by the Lightning. Far side. Back over to the near is going to be J.J. Moser up through center. And going to be Parker Wotherspoon getting to that puck over to the far side. The Pens able to clear it out. Crosby with speed. Up on into the offensive end. Looking for somewhere to go. Down low behind the net. Trying to find somewhere. Pass in front. Going to get deflected and cleared out to the neutral zone. Taken back. And Wotherspoon with the puck in the defensive end. He goes over the far side. Passing back again. That's Wotherspoon. Put up himself along the far side. Passing across. And going to be deflected back again to the far side. Down low, a chance. The Pens keeping the zone. Wotherspoon shot. Gonna be good though. Gonna be wide of the net. Over to the top of the zone. Maintained. Shot by Russ. Deflected. Not gonna go. Over to the near side again. Moving it up is going to be the Lightning going up the other way. Here's a chance. 2-on-1 to the zone. Raquel playing some pretty strong checking defense there. A great job to disrupt the process of Pontus Holmberg. Over to the far side they go. Battling for possession now behind the net. Holmberg to the near side boards. Up to the top of the zone. Over there to Carlisle. Behind the net again. Working it around the near side. Yanni Gord to Carlisle. Backing across again. A shot. Going to go wide left. Over to the near side. That's going to be backing around the net from Gord. Chance there. And it's going to be Crosby trying to clear that zone. And now off the stick of Russ, it goes up through center ice. Taken back by Carlisle in the neutral zone for the Lightning. Back into the defensive end he goes. Looking to the far side. Backing across to the near. Getting ready to move it up now. Carlisle to the offensive end. The Pens take it right back. Off of the stick of Chinikov. Loose now into the corner. Malkin takes it passing. Cross ice to the far side. And going to be moved up here for the Penguins. Across ice to the near side. That's going to be off of Dewar. Or Novak, sorry. Into the offensive end. To the corner they go. Battling for that possession. Along the corner. Over to the far side it goes. Taken back there by Gonsalves. And wing to wing over to Carlisle they go. The Lightning up through neutral ice. Moving it into the offensive zone. Intercepted by the Pens in the neutral zone. Back into the defensive end they go. That's Tanger. Cross ice to Kulak. Back across to Tanger. Looking for somewhere to move with that puck. To be into the neutral zone they go. Flipped in if they can off the stick of Tanger. They do. Back down low. A chase for that puck. In there is going to be Kindle and Mantha, but going to be taken by J.J. Moser along the far side. Over to the near side to Gensel. Gensel moving down low, trying to get a quick shot off. Works around, nice puck, or nice stick deflection there by Shelovs. Over to the near side, though. Kucherov pass, shot, glove down by Artie Shelovs. That's what we call a beautiful, beautiful save there. So if you guys are enjoying the stream or enjoying the coverage, let us know by dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, man. It's always greatly appreciated. We are trying to hit 1,000 subscribers before the Stanley Cup Finals wraps up. Pretty cool if we could do that. Pretty awesome if we could do that. So if you guys are enjoying it, let us know by doing all that. But what do you think so far, Dad? What do you think of this Pens team? What are your first thoughts?
I need to clean up a little bit more of their passing.
Passing has not been horrible tonight. Problem is that there's nobody there half the time.
They're not. They're looking at this run and just barely missed. I look at a power play, not able to set up at all net.
Yeah, the power play was a disaster. That was a total disaster.
But Artie Sheoff, he made some saves. That's good.
Yeah.
So if he could pull one of his games where he's really in it and making some great saves, Penguins may have a shot to win this game.
Yeah, the big thing is they got to be able to generate opportunity for power play. Special teams is going to be where this team is going to be made or broken. And that first power play, if that's anything to go off of, this team is going to be a disaster. So we got to see some better cleanness on that power play. I mean, in that power play, I feel like Tampa Bay got more shots off on that than the Penguins did. At least they had more zone time than the Penguins. That can't keep happening. To win the game, you cannot let your opponents be generating more opportunities when they're shorthanded. Oh, man. Take a look at the stats of our goalies here tonight. As we're getting ready to go to a near side draw, Achari going to be taking it up against the likes of Anthony Cirelli. 12:42 to go in the first period. And going to get the... No, not going to give Cirelli the boot. Going to warning, though. Face-off won by Achari. Back in behind the net, Connor Clifton with the puck. Working it up along the far side boards. Up through center, the Pens go. Dumping it into the offensive end. A chase down. Radish against Lizotte. Into the corner. Over to the far side. Taken back by the Lightning. Getting ready to move it up along the far side boards. Up into the near side. Into center. A chance in the offensive end. J.J. Moser going to deflect it towards the net. And not able to control it as Shelovs over to the near side. Giving chase in front of the net again. Beautiful job by the checking to disrupt a clean chance. J.J. Moser, wing to wing, pass down low again. The Lightning still in the zone. Shot going to go wide. Over to the near side, Moser. Back in behind the net, going to connect with Brandon Hagel. Across ice again to Radish at the top of the zone, down low. Moser, shot going to get deflected off the post. Over to the far side, Hagel to the boards to the top of the zone. Around top of the zone again now to the near side. That across, a chance, a shot by Hagel, going to get deflected over to the far side again. Ready to move that puck around the far side, down low. Radish passing across, not able to get a clean pass off. Puck goes loose, but the Lightning able to maintain possession. Back and around the near side boards. A chance, Kucherov going to pass across, could not hit with Radish. Radish going to pass it along the far side, across now to Moser. Moser from the top of the zone, shot going to get deflected, loose in front of the net. Over to the far side, Lizotte. Able to move it to the top of the zone, but the Lightning get back in. Down low again to the far side to the near. Radish with a chance. A shot. Going to go wide over to the far side off some bodies. Again, Kucherov going to pass over to Hagel. Shea playing some strong checking there to get that puck free. But again, the Lightning at the top of the zone. Down by Moser. Over to the far side, across to Moser again. Shot going to get deflected off some bodies and sticks. And the Pens finally clear the zone. Forced to give chase now. The Lightning going to go back over to Andrei Vasilevsky. Over to the near side. Radish behind the net. Aaron Radish moving around. Looking to find where he's going to go. Both teams going for changes. Far side over to the near again. Radish. Pass it up ice. And that puck going to get deflected back in behind the net of Shelov's Tanger. With that puck over to the far side. Hits Kulak. Trying to move it up now. The Pens are going to get possession up through center to the near side. Into the zone. Wing to wing pass. The Pens get it back in the neutral zone. But back on side they go. A chance across. Over to Russ. Trying to pass it across in front. Not able to get a clean deflection in. And it's going to be deflected over to the far side. Back and across the near through center now. Come the Lightning into the offensive end. Nice stick deflection there by the Pens defense to clear that puck out. It's going to be Erik Karlsson. Up into the offensive end of the Lightning, but the Pens come away with it. Right in front of the bench, that's going to be Raquel. Raquel dumping it into the zone, going for a change. That first line hopping off. Back in behind the net, the Lightning will go over to the far side again. Working with that puck up now, over to the near side they go, dumping it into the offensive zone. Over to the near side, wrapping it around the far, the Pens of possession. That's going to be Novak, back down low again, over to St. Ivany, along the boards, into the offensive end, back in behind Vasilevsky. Over to the near side, the Pens come away with it, and that's going to be Chinikov, down low again they go. Malkin in there as well, as a battle for that puck is ensuing, but Carlisle able to move it along the near side through center. And passing it across is going to be Nick Paul into the offensive end. A chance, Gensel wrapping it around the net, trying to find somewhere to go. Going to be a nice deflection there by the Pens, but able to be kept in by Charlie Edouard de Astuz. A chance in front of the net, not able to go. Top of the zone, and the Lightning are forced to clear out. Here comes your chance. A one-on-one chance for Chinikov, but he's not going to have a clean passing lane. Malkin now behind the net, over to the far side. Top of the zone, shot. Going to go wide. Over to the near side, chasing it down again. And going to be taken back by the Lightning. Shea not able to get there in time. To the far side, into the offensive end, they send it. Off of Nick Paul, going to go for a change. Now it's Anthony Mantha behind the net with the puck. Working up along the center area of the defensive end, over to Clifton. Passing it up in front of the line. A chance into the offensive end if they can race there for it. Back in behind the net to the far corner. Going to be taken ultimately out by Dominic James along the near side. Moving it out. That's going to be Connor Clifton along the near side. Into the offensive end they go. A chance, but the Lightning take it right back. Pens trying to battle for it in the neutral area. Over to the far side goes Kindle. Moving that puck back and around the near side. Still battling across ice they go. Up through center. Into the offensive end they go for Kindle. But going to pass back to Brazeau. Over across to Mantha. Pans chance now over there. Going to be taken away.
Got picked.
Yep, going to be taken there into the offensive end for the Lightning. Looking for some help. Down low they go into the corner. Over to the far side. Trying to wrap it around the net. Over to the far side to the near. Pens take it away. Going to be taken right back by the Lightning. Over to the near side. Top of the zone. Kept in by Moser. A chance over to the far side. Goes wide. Radish over to the top of the zone to Sorelli. A chance going to get deflected wide over to the near side. And it's going to be nicely frozen by Artie Boy. Oh, Artie Boy. The pipes are calling. And Sports Figure saying Penguins losing 30-6. I don't think it's going to be that bad. But if you guys are enjoying the stream or enjoying the coverage, we are only one sub away from hitting our next minor goal. Let's see if we can go over that tonight. That would be pretty
You know what? The only positive thing I could say about the Steelers last night?
What?
They scored more points than the LA Chargers.
That is true.
3 more.
But they let up more points. But yeah. So we are rolling here at the second commercial break of the period.
They could get through this first period without Tampa scoring.
Getting a goal, readjust your defense second period, and go from there. Pens are still well within it. I mean, granted, the way this game is going, the Lightning should be up 1 or 2 to nothing right now. Penguins have not been able to generate opportunity. They've struggled on getting opportunity at offensive end. Every time they've had a rush, they either have not been able to make a pass in front of the net, or the puck is taken away, or there's nobody home. You know what I mean? Whereas the Lightning have been dominating zone presence today. By far and away dominant in the zone. Move that puck out of the defensive end quickly, get it into the offensive zone, and maintain the pressure. They had what, that one minute offensive push zone of 3 minutes straight zone time? I mean, you can't be letting that up and expect to win. Is that right, Bagel? That's right, huh? Yeah. Taking a look here, they're looking at Haley Hunter, talking about Blake Lizotte. Got the contract extension, the money boy.
Prove it. Prove it that you're worth it, Lizotte. Get a goal.
Only a $2 million a year deal. Something million a year.
Prove it.
So here we go. Ready to roll that Lizotte line out there. That Lizotte Duarachari line. Taking the defensive zone draw here now. To roll. Got the Jack St. Ivany, Parker Wotherspoon defensive pair out there as well. Those are your 5 on the ice. Face off going to be won by the Penguins over to the far side. Wotherspoon behind the net. Along the far side boards, the Dewar over to Lazat. Gets checked along the boards to Chari with a one-on-one chance. Shot going to get deflected off of the stick there of Anthony Cirelli. Side back in behind the net they go. Working with it is De Astute along the boards. Moving it up through neutral. And trying to move it to the offensive end they go. A chance by Gonçalves. They're going to go back in behind the net to the far side. Cirelli up to the top of the zone. Over to the near side again. Going to be De Astute across to the center of the zone. A chance, a shot. Puck gets deflected out. Nice save by Shilov. Over to the near side, trying to move it up into the offensive zone and a race for that puck into the corner behind the net. Vasilevsky going to leave it there for De Astute. Back in behind the net, they go to Radish. Over to the far side, looking for someone to move it now. Over to the near side, they leave it. Going to move it up now. Going to be off of the stick to the far side of Moser. Dumping it into the offensive end, and now Tanger going to come away with it for the Penguins. Never mind. Taken back by the Lightning. Up to the top of the zone, off of the stick of Moser. Deflected to the far side again. That's going to be Tanger. Passing it up along through the neutral zone. Trying to hit Russ. Not able to. Into the offensive end. A chance. Almost a breakaway for Yanni Gord, but could not get a crisp reception on that pass. Up along the near side boards. Battling Crosby. Over to the far side. Tanger. Up along the boards. And going to be taken back by Darren Radish in the neutral ice. Back over to the near side they go for Yanni Gord. Into the offensive end. A chance. A shot. Going to be over high of the net. And nice chance there by Holmberg. Not able to connect. Over to the far side corner. It's going to be now loose in front. That's going to be Raquel with the puck. Over to the near side. Clearing it up all the way through center. Into the offensive end. Brian Rust. Looking for some help. Not much help right now. Going to leave it back in the corner. Novak trying to get there. Gets checked out of that play. Over to the near side. Moving up it is going to be Yanni Gord. Up over to the far side. Into the offensive end. Going to dump it in. And Shilov's able to glove it down to the near side for Connor Clifton. Clifton now over to the near side. Working with that puck. 8 shots on net, or 9 shots on net for the Lightning, 5 for the Penguins. Now as we cross 5:45 to play. Into the offensive end, that's going to be Shea. Back in behind the net, looking for some help. Trying to send to the top of the zone, he does. Clifton, shot! Going to get deflected over to the far side. Maintained there by, that's going to be Novak over to Chinikov. Still tied up, back in behind the net, they go over to the near side. Battling for that puck, going to get cleared out by Nick Paul. And maintained over to the near side, the Lightning with possession. Up through center is Gensel into the offensive end. And a chance over to the near side. What, did they say an injury?
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chinikov. He's hurt. Over to the near side through center. Hopefully Chinikov going to be all right. Hopefully it was just a skate issue because sometimes the skates can break and they have to walk off like that. But over the area in front of Shilov's going to leave it behind the net. Shea battling for that puck. Over to the near side it goes. Top of the zone for De Astute. Across again. Down for De Astute along the boards again. The top of the zone connecting with Kucherov. Wing to wing. Back to Kucherov. And the puck gets cleared out of the zone. Here's your chance for the Penguins, but they can't get to it quick enough. And a bit of a trip. And the Lightning are going to the sin bin. 2 minutes for tripping. And I believe that's going to be on Kucherov. His second tripping penalty of the night. That's the second tripping penalty on the Lightning tonight. And the second tripping penalty on Kucherov tonight. All right. Nikita Kucherov getting hit with 2 tripping calls, but he had to. That's one of the things that I would say. If I was a Lightning fan.
Iron.
No, it is. Yeah, no, it was a skate. It was a skate. That's why he was hobbling. He didn't have a skate blade. But man, so at least that's a concern off my back. I was concerned he was hurt. He was hurt. That was going to be a big loss for the Penguins.
But that was off the iron there.
But that penalty by the Lightning was a really good penalty to take. Otherwise, the Pens generate a breakaway. Falcon generates a breakaway.
That might be their only way of
stopping the Pens.
No, that might be the only offensive time in the offensive zone that they're going to have for this way things are going.
Oh,
they haven't been able to set up.
What I need to see out of this power play is I need to see the Pens generate a zone presence. They did none of that in the first power play, and it came back to bite them. And they weren't able to convert, and the Lightning almost got a couple goal chances on them. They got like 3 quality scoring opportunities when they were last shorthanded. So, yeah, but if you guys are enjoying the stream, again, let us know. Drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Always appreciate it. We are only 1 sub away from our minor goal here. Let's see if we can go for that major goal by the end of the month. 650, I think it's doable. Let's see if we can hit it. We already hit the goal for the month, but let's try and up it. Up the ante a little bit. Take a look at our out-of-town scores real quick. There's not much to say except for the Canadians, Josh Anderson getting a shorthanded goal unassisted. And for the Canadians to go up 1-0. And right there, that would have been a breakaway chance. Malkin had speed. Fuck. But also the Blue Jackets, Dante Fabreau assisted by Werenski and Coyle. Going to take a 1-0 lead over the Flames. Taking a look here now, center or near far side draw, going to be won by the Pen So Pure. It goes back into the neutral zone. Working with that puck over to the near side, going to pass it up. That's going to be Malkin. Back down over to the far side.
See how this did.
Yep, now it's Tanger working with that puck, passing down low again. Up through center ice they go. That's Malkin to the offensive end of Crosby. Back down to Malkin, gets checked into the boards. Can be taken by Raquel, passing in front, shot! Not going to go. A beautiful chance by Russ. Puck goes loose to the far side. Going to be maintained. The Pens back in behind the net to the top of the zone. Crosby passing a shot. Not going to go. Over to the far side. It's going to be not Gensel. It's going to be Chris Letang. The far side working with that puck down low. Malkin trying to get there. A bit of a tie up there involving that's going to be Chernak and involve JJ Moser in there. But that puck getting it clear to the top of the zone. Pens with possession. A chance. Sending it. Shot. Loose in front again. A shot again by Malkin. A beautiful chance. And eventually gets stopped by Vasilevsky. That was a great move by Andrei Vasilevsky. I mean, that was a great save by Vasilevsky. He couldn't control it. Had to maintain the 5-hole. Wow. Man, it's only available sometimes. Most of the time, channels are blank with nothing on them. Unfortunately, with DirecTV, yeah. Well, here we go. Battling into the corner along the near side boards for that puck. 57 seconds remain on the power play for the Penguins. Still tied up. And going to be cleared out now by Crosby over to the near side to the far. Working with it now, Russ to the top of the zone. The Pens along the far side, passing it across. Up at the point. Trying to send it around over to the far side. Again, down low to the near. Working with it now, Malkin. Trying to get a pass redirect. Going to be stopped right there by Crozier. And that puck gets cleared out. The Lightning with possession. 33 seconds to go on that power play. Over to the near side, through center, into the offensive end. But the Pens are going to take it right back. Off of the stick of Brett Kulak. 22 seconds remaining on that power play. 3:05 to go in the period. Over through center they go. Into the offensive end they dump. Back and around the corner to the near side. Tied up. Kindle in there as well. Over to the far side. Antha in there as well. Puck going to go loose in front of the net. Going to be taken ultimately there by Brandon Hagel. Up through center. Puck going to be loose. Taken back by the Penguins. It's going to be Chinikov. Over to the near side. And working with that puck. Kulak passing back down again. Over to Clifton. Up through center. Into the offensive end they go. A chance. Mantha looking to send it towards the net. Going to get directed over to the far side. Out of play. We got MJ saying, I can never find these games to watch live. You know, sometimes the hockey games can be a little tough. But that's why I do what I do here. I try to help people who can't watch the game by providing the best play-by-play I can, alongside some other commentary thoughts, and just having a good hangout spot, you know? But if you are in Pittsburgh, this game is on Pittsburgh Sportsnet, or if you're in the Pittsburgh region. If you have ESPN Plus and are outside of the Pittsburgh or Tampa markets, you could also watch it on there as well. Go far side draw. Power play did expire for the Penguins, by the way. Let's go ahead and take that off. 2:32 to go in the period. Still going to take that draw. Draw on the far circle in the Pens offensive end. Not going to go loose over to the near side. Another whistle. False draw?
No. He went into Vasilevsky and he covered it. And then they whistled, and then he moved out.
Okay, I thought he kicked it out before. Before the whistle. That's what I was about to say.
Well, he had it on his glove, and then
he got it in the glove, and then kicked it out, and then I heard the whistle. Well, either way, far side circle draw again.
Gensel.
Gensel going to take the draw again, so that's going to be Tommy Novak. Gensel wins it over to the near side. The Lightning moving it around out of the zone. Get up into the offensive end. Here comes a chance. Kucherov down low. Big defensive play there by Clifton to point. Kucherov on his back. Battling for that puck over to the near side corner. Over to the far side. Goes loose. Going to be maintained there by the Penguins. Flipping it up through center to the offensive end now. Off the stick of Brazeau and into the corner they're going to go. Never mind. Offside. Or hand pass. Oh, right. We shall see here. We haven't heard a single goal horn tonight. Maybe that's a good thing, but I like the horn. I like chilling and hearing horns. Because we do have goal horns, believe it or not, when teams do score. But we'll see. 12:08 to go in the first period. Neutral zone draw on the far side. Going to be won by the Lightning. Over to the near side in the defensive end. Stutz moving it up along the boards. Up on into the neutral zone it goes. Taken back by the Penguins. Crosby wing to wing over to the far side. Raquel into the offensive end. Taken by Radish. Back in behind the net to Stutz to the near side. Battling for that puck. Clears out in the neutral zone. Parker Wotherspoon coming away with that puck. Wing over to Raquel. Flipping it up through neutral zone. Stutz going to take it back for the Lightning into the offensive end. 2-on-3. Back in behind the net. Over to the far side. Raquel not able to maintain it. A chance in front. Looking for a Lightning shot. Going to go up into the air and out of play. Nice defensive stance there for the Penguins. On to Holmberg.
Almost a goal.
Yeah, but because of the way this Penguins pressure on Holmberg, he flip it. So, we'll see. Taking a look at Erik Karlsson. Just added to the IR today. They'll reevaluate him in 2 weeks. So, hopefully, he'll be back into the lineup after that 2-week period. Also looking like Victor Hedman, Ryan McDonough, and Braden Point. All three of them out tonight for the Lightning. Here we go. Near side defensive zone draw. 1:33 to go in the period. Ready to roll. Achari going to take the draw against Dominic James. And the Lightning win it. Over to the near side. Off of the stick there. Up the top of the zone by Crozier. Loose in front. Be taken back by the Penguins to get it cleared out of the zone if they can. Lizotte passing wing to wing. Not going to go. Taken intercepted into the offensive end again for the Lightning. But now Jack St. Ivany moves it along the boards. Tied up to the top of the zone to the near side. Trying to pass it across to Carlisle. That puck back in behind the net. The Pens are going to get it controlled over to the near side. Up into the neutral zone they go. Into the offensive end. Chasing down low into the corner they go. Round Achari in that tie-up alongside Lizotte. Puck goes over to the far side. Get cleared out by Jack Finley. Top of the zone. Maintained by the Penguins for now. Bodies come together. Bodies hit the ice. Over to the near side. Bodies still on the ice. Back in the defensive end they go. The Lightning working with that puck. Back in behind the net. Going to slow things down. 42 seconds to go here in the first period. Off of the stick of J.J. Moser. Moving that puck up to the far side of the offensive end. Kulak going to try and race and take it away. In there as well as Tanger. But going to be Brandon Hagel over to the far side. Back in behind the net. Tied up again. Over to the far side. The Pen trying to clear it out. 27 to go in the period. Up along the near side. Still tied in the neutral zone. That's going to be Tanger in there trying to move it into the offensive end. Malkin with a chance. Moving it down into the corner. Not able to go. Along now the near side with 13 seconds to go in the first period. The Lightning are going to clear it out back in behind Artie Boy. Over to the far side. Moving it up. And the Lightning going to take control. But the Pen's able to move it out. 4, 3, 2. A chance. You got to shoot. And they shoot too late. Period ends. Still deflected by Vasilevsky anyway, but that is how your first period is going to come to a close. With a score, the Tampa Bay Lightning 0, the Pittsburgh Penguins 0. Shots on goal in the game and in the first period are the Lightning 9, the Penguins 8. Let's see. Soon you'll have half of Tampa watching. Man, well, right now, the latter part of that period favored the. Remember, with almost 6 minutes to go, the Lightning had a shot on goal advantage of 9-5. Pens were able to take that back and generate opportunity scoring chances. They just weren't able to convert because Vasilevsky was right there. So, rather unfortunate for the Penguins, but they were able to make a great move there. So we'll see here at the end of the first. 2 penalties on that period. Both of them going to be tripping. Both of them going to be on Nikita Kucherov. Difference is just who they tripped. Nikita tripped Ryan Shea and then Gino. That penalty against him on Gino, that was a good penalty. Otherwise, if Evgeny Malkin had speed, he had speed on the puck, and he would have just punched it right on into the offensive end with a chance. So that is a good penalty by the Lightning to take. The other one, not so much. It was a bit too early in the game as well. It was a minute 54 into the game. Meanwhile, they did update the shots on goal at 9 for the Penguins, so 9 apiece. The Penguins getting the last 4 shots on goal of that period. Which is a better team? I've heard Tampa Bay top. Tampa Bay is pretty solid. They are, looking again, we do have a Discord server where we have the standing updates just about every day when we can. I get them updated as often as possible. Taking a look at the standings, again, the Lightning right now are second in the Atlantic Division with 59 points. Point took yesterday. Yeah, I saw that injury. That wasn't that the one that like led to like the 2 fights at once, which is something you never see in the NHL because the second fight always gets a 10-minute game misconduct. Like that's something you see maybe once or twice a season, from what I understand. Yeah, the Lightning are 59 points on 44 games at 28, 13, and 3. In theory, if they had played the same number of games as the Red Wings, they would be above and on top in the Atlantic Division by 5 points if they win all the games in pocket that they have. So, the Lightning are a very good team, but don't underestimate the Penguins. The Penguins are only down this way because they had a rough November where they were, 1 point, but losing. And then December, they went on that 8-game losing streak. After the break, that Pens team looked like a completely different team from what went into the break, really. I mean, they've outscored their opponents 2-1 just about going into this game today since the break. So the Penguins are still a team that can fight. The problem is the injury bug has been attacking the Penguins too. You had Brian Rust go down for a couple games, and in those 2 games, the Penguins lost. With Rust in the lineup since the break, the Pens have won all their games. So we'll see if they can keep that going tonight. But now today, you found out that Karlsson went on IR. As soon as Rust comes back, Karlsson goes on IR. And he's going to be out at least 2 weeks. They said they'll reevaluate him in 2 weeks, see how he's doing. So I would say these are 2 relatively evenly matched teams. Penguins are finding their groove, and the Lightning have just been a solid team all throughout. But again, it's the Eastern Conference in the 2025-26 season. We look at top to bottom in the conference, it is 15 points. That is it. Your top teams are Carolina and Detroit at 60 points. Your bottom teams are Ottawa and Columbus at 45 points. And the Penguins enter today out of the playoff spot, but not by that many points. They're only out of a playoff spot by 1 point. So, they're out of it behind Washington, behind Buffalo, and behind Boston. So, again, they're only 1 point out of a playoff spot. So, a win is huge, especially in this Eastern Conference. It almost feels like the Eastern Conference has started playoffs already. You know what I mean? Every game, massively important for every team that's playing. So, also, I found out something today. So, I finally got my first official jersey. And I got the premium jersey. They have a fight strap on them. They have a freaking fight strap. That's pretty cool. That's a cool attention to detail. Like, I'm sitting there like, is that a fight strap that's back there? And I look at it, I'm like, yeah, it is. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But if you guys are enjoying the content, again, drop a like, subscribe to the channel. Always greatly appreciated. We're trying to see. I saw we hit the 630. Much love to Allians. Let's see if we can go and make some progress to 635 tonight. Now, I do want to put this out there. We will be live for part of the second period. I do have bowling tonight, but I wanted to go live today partially to celebrate because the Steelers are no longer going to have Mike Tomlin as their head coach. So, I wanted to go on, have a little bit of celebration tonight while going live. And it just so happened the Pens played a game today. So I said, hey, let's cover the first period plus a little bit of the Penguins Lightning. We'll be going until about 8:30 p.m. Eastern. That'll be our kind of hard cutoff. Unfortunately, Petco, I cannot do full game because I do have to bowl tonight still. So, we will be live for another 45 minutes or so going on for this game. The other thing I didn't look at. That's the other thing I didn't do. I'll be right back. I realized I didn't do something that was massively important. Lights aren't lighting up. All right, guess this. Still gotta get the tree down at some point.
Down. I thought you were gonna get it down today.
I was going to. Mostly watching the UPS truck to see when this was gonna come. But yeah, so we are rolling our way in this first intermission Let's take a look at some of our out-of-town scores here tonight. While we have a little bit of time. The Senators going on a bit of a rampage, up 2-0 over the Canucks. Want to say hello? Want to say hello to the people, baby? And say hello to the people. Hello to the people. Yeah. But yeah, the Senators up 2-0 over the Canucks at that first mission. Oh. Hi. Yeah, the goals there by Artem Zub. And what are you doing? Killing Philly Bagel. Huh? And Jordan Spence on the goals there. The Canadians up 1-0 over the Capitals at the first intermission. And the Blue Jackets up 2-0 over the Flames at their first intermission. Charlie Quayle getting the second goal. What, Dad? What you got?
Pirates.
Huh?
There's a pitcher, Dave.
Oh yeah, I saw that yesterday.
Pass.
Happy now, Bagel? She demands her attention when she won. Are you happy now?
During the night, who was part of the 1971 World Series.
Yeah. All right, taking a look. The Red Wings and Bruins have got their first period underway, as well as the Hurricanes and Blues. What are you trying to do? Trying to get into trouble, huh? Trying to be some trouble. Hi. Hello. Saying hello to the people of the webs. Don't fall. Oh, boy. Take a look at the fantasy team real quick. Let's take a look at my fantasy team, how we're doing. Probably almost assuredly not going to be a lot of points because there's not a lot of shots on goal this game. Not a lot of, or no goals. You say sorry to say, no goals. Skipping bowling. I am not skipping bowling, John. We are going to be live till about 8:20-ish, 8:20, 8:30, just about, to cover this game. So we'll get a little bit of the second period in as well. Let's see. That's January 12th. I want January 13th. Let's see. I got my opponent has 0.3 points today, and I have Crosby with a blocked shot, so that gives me half a point there. Pasta with 0.2 points, 0.1 out of Ricard Raquel for his shot on goal, 0.2 for Geeky. So I got 2.1 today. Those are Gottesbeer and Slavkovsky. So we shall see. And John, I'm sorry, but I don't want the Blues. I want the Blues to give up a lot of goals tonight because my opponent has Bennington. Oh, man. Take a look. Do we got any news on X as to anything going on? Oh, yeah. You know who else I saw on that list of like betting markets, potential head coaches? Now, wouldn't this be something? Deion Sanders coaching the Steelers against the Browns twice a year.
I don't think so.
I know. That's kind of funny, though.
I don't think Deion Sanders is be that great of a coach.
And you know what fans are trying to clamor for? Trying to trade Tomlin to the Raiders for the first overall pick. And Fernandez. They're not going to do that. The Raiders want to bring in a coach to get his franchise quarterback. Oh, man.
Don't think that would work anyways because Tomlin would have to do the trade. And at this point, I think he just wants to take a year off and just not. I don't think he's going to agree to anything.
Yeah, Luke saying, I put my first ever sports bet on the Lightning because they're on a win streak and their goalie is pretty good. You know, that's not a bad mentality to think about it, but also, I'm going to play devil's advocate here, you know. Streaks always come to an end.
Yep.
Streaks are meant to be broken. You're not going to streak forever. Laws against that. So the streaks are going to come to an end eventually. Honestly, I think the way the Pens have been playing, this first period could not have gone any better. The way they've been playing recently.
It could have gone better.
But they
could have gotten a goal.
But this is the period that they needed. If I'm going to be honest, this is the
well,
period
they prevented
They prevented a goal. They got the
good.
machine going in the end of that period, generating a lot of opportunities at the end of that period, more so than the. It really started on that second power play. They had power play. There was a good power play. And they didn't get a goal on it, but they showed improvement. That first power play, they spent half of the power play in the D end. That second power play, they managed to generate some opportunities, generate some chances. They just couldn't punch it in, but it was pretty good. So, we will see. We will see. Oh, Tyler Inamoto's back down to Fort Wayne. Huh. Yeah, now everyone's saying get Kurt Sig, get Signetti in there, and trade for the first overall pick to get Tomlin, to get Fernando Mendoza with Kurt Signetti. Man, I'm going to take a long shot here. Are you by chance a Penguins fan? Nah. 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 Oh, man. But yeah, in all seriousness,
I think he's more of a Los Angeles Rams fan than he is a Penguins fan.
Oh my god! In all seriousness, though, we try to keep it as unbiased as we can. We celebrate, and get frustrated with the Penguins, but we try to keep it relatively even.
I don't put any stock that the Penguins are going to do a whole heck of a lot this season. I just want to see improvement, especially with this new coach, see how things go with his young people, and get them going and integrated with the veterans.
Yeah.
But
I do think the way the Penguins have been playing, they definitely can make a thorn.
They could, but you got to also realize this: Penguins take after the Pirates one way. Pirates are right in it until the All-Star game, and then after the All-Star game, they go downhill. Penguins, they were in it for a while, then all of a sudden at the end.
And the reason for that is because your core are old. The Penguins this year have been doing everything to get younger and younger and younger.
I understand that, but what I'm saying is that they just were the way they were.
Let's see. This game was rough, and rough. Me and the boys went to the bar. My friend put it on a random TV and played the game all night. Oh my gosh, you had a very big crowd. I can imagine.
What I didn't hear, I was surprised I didn't hear towards the end.
What?
Unless someone could tell me that they did, is there wasn't any fire Tomlin towards the end. I would have expected that.
I think at that point, Steelers fans knew the writing was on the wall. Tomlin's going to stick around because he won the Week 18. He made the playoffs. And Rooney was not have made the decision.
I understand that, but what they should have done, I mean, that didn't stop them from planning it before.
They knew that if the Steelers... When he makes the playoffs, Rooney's like, we made the playoffs. That means we did good. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see what happens. I'm expecting maybe a down year for the Steelers next year, but 2027, watch out. Watch out in the 2027.
It depends. Depends on what they do, how they get through these draft picks, and
what I really want to see is I want to see the Steelers
happens.
ride with Rudolph and Howard next year. That's what I want to see. I want to see that. I want to build the team around the quarterback so that if Howard's your guy, great. You run with Howard. If he's not your guy, well, you have a team built, and now you draft a quarterback, get 5 long years with a team built around a rookie-scale contract quarterback. A la Chicago Bears. Build the team and draft the quarterback and let the quarterback have 5 years on that rookie-scale contract because you pick up that 5th-year option. That's how you cheat the system to get or have a chance at a quick. Because then your quarterback's going to demand, $50 million a year, $60 million a year. And it's either you have to give up a franchise quarterback and try to start it again, or you got to bend to his will, and then all of a sudden you got less money to pay your receivers, your offensive line. You know what I mean? We're ready to roll here into the second period in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, between the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Pittsburgh Penguins. I go to Ohio University. Howard would be good coming from an OSU fan. That's the thing. I like Howard, and what I want is I want to see the Steelers try and trade up into the top 12. Because then the Steelers have a decent shot at being able to draft Carnell Tate. I want Carnell Tate on the Steelers. Get him back with Will Howard. Have that chemistry. And have Carnell Tate be opposite DK Metcalf on a young team. That's what I want to see. That's what I need to see out of the Steelers. I do not want them to go quarterback. Yes, there's options. But, it's just like saying in your 20s, I'm going to go buy a Lambo instead of saying I'm going to buy a nice car and then invest the money I would have spent on a Lambo later. You know what I mean? Here we go. Take a look at the fewest goals per game allowed in January. The Penguins and Lightning toe and toe with each other. Pens at 2.0. The Lightning at 2.2. This could, it's looking like we're going to see a low scoring. I thought we were going to see a high scoring game, but I was
low scoring.
Well, you don't know that yet. We could have a goal.
You could.
We could see up and down both ends. Goal, 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 goal. We could see, Oprah saying, you get a goal, and you get a goal, and you get a goal. But here we go, back in the Berg. Gonna be live here for about another 20 minutes or so, maybe 30. We'll see how things settle up. But here we go, second period action here. Ready to roll. No, that Noah Chari line out there. And the Lightning gonna win the draw. Back into the defensive end they go. Back in behind the net, working with that puck. And going to be paired up against, number 81. Who is that? That is. Working with that puck now. Still behind the net. The Lightning burning a little bit of time here. Trying to get their right personnel out there. Trying to move it around still. Over to the far side they go. Up and around the near side boards again. Into the offensive end there. Off of the stick. I believe that's Hedman. Back in behind the net they go. Or actually, my bad. Actually off of Bjorkstrand. To the far side. Into the offensive end. Down low. The Lightning go again. Still along the boards. Off of the stick there. And going to be to the top of the zone. Taken back by the Penguins. Moving it up through center. Into the offensive end comes Achari. Looking for somewhere to go in front of the net. Trying to get a shot, and it's going to be poked away and back into the neutral zone they go. Ends back with possession. That's going to be Tanger. Along the near side up into the offensive end. Achari pass. A chance. Could not punch it in with Brian Russ. Top of the zone shot. Not going to go by Raquel. And a nice save by Andrei Vasilevsky.
Yeah. Russ just overstated.
Russ would have had a goal. Russ would have had the first goal of the game on that one right there. That was incredible. That was a nice chance by Achari. Just got poked away. That shot, that would have been a goal. That would have been a goal on the strong side, forehand right on into the top corner on the right side. Here we go. Far side draw, Crosby line out there. The lucky 7 line, we're calling it. The 17, 67, 87 line. And here we go, ready to roll. And Crosby gonna get Crosby gonna get the boot, gonna take the face-off, gonna be Raquel. Forward, face-off won by the Pens, top of the zone, that's gonna be Kulak, towards the net, gets deflected off bodies. Racing down low, JJ Moser along the far side, now Brian Rust takes it, back in behind the net to Crosby. Crosby back in behind to Rust. Rust moving that puck around, top of the zone, Tanger, shot, gonna go off the pad, easy save. Not a lot of effort there by Vasilevsky. Over to the near side through center. The Lightning with a chance into the offensive end. Nice poke there by Kulak. Along the near side down low. Going to be off the stick of Gord to the far side. Taken by the Penguins to the near side. Crosby passing up and taking himself into the offensive end. Leaving it back, and the Lightning are going to take it right back, going the other way. Up through center to the offensive end. Looking for some help is going to be Holmberg. Passing across in front, not able to connect. Along the far side to the top of the zone. Kept in by the Lightning. Down low into the far corner, top of the zone now. A chance getting close. Shot, not going to go. Loose over to the near side. Nice stick movement by Rust and Tanger to slow down that shot to give Shilov's time. Over to the far side. The Pens with the puck in the defensive end. Looking to pass it around the near side. Trying to move it along the boards, taken back by the Lightning off the stick of Crozier. Into the offensive end they go. It's going to be Nikita Kucherov. Taking it, passing it back, moving it around, and a chance in front of the net. Not going to go. Up into the air, goes on the near corner. Battling into the low corner now, top of the zone to the far side, taken by Novak, and going to be kept into the zone by Carlisle. Over to the near side, along the boards. The Pens trying to flip it out, and that's going to be a flip out. Bodies collide. Chinikov racing for that puck. Into the offensive end, is going to be offside.
Offside. Self.
Yep, he was offside on his own. That's unfortunate. All right. Also, for those of you guys who do enjoy the NHL content, tomorrow we'll be live for a doubleheader for hockey. We got the Flyers and Sabres, and then I believe it's Knights and Kings tomorrow night as well at 10. W stream, thank you, Petsko, thank you. It's not really a boring game. They're keeping it up at both ends. Not a lot of scoring, but otherwise, it's been a nice up and down the ice they go. Battling, Tanger sends it into the offensive zone. Lightning take possession over to the near side. Going to trip and stumble is going to be Chernak. Over to the far side they go. A match with my Coke Zero? Yes, sir. Coke Zero, the greatest soda of all time. And the Pens into the offensive zone. A chance, a delayed penalty. And the Pens trying to redirect it over to the far side again into the boards. That's going to be a hit that's going to rattle him up. Oh, he is rattled on that one. That's going to be Erik Chernak. He is very slow to get up. He's in pain. Man. Yeah, Chernak going to be, he's in a lot of pain there. Slow to get up on a knee. Not getting up any further than that. Medical staff going to come out and check on him. That's going to be a big loss there for the Lightning because we've been calling Chernak a lot tonight. So he could be a big loss for the Lightning for the rest of this game. Oh, man. And Chernak going to be on the penalty, too. So the Pens are going to go on a power play here. But the first and foremost, the issue is going to be, is Chernak all right? Yeah, he crashed right on into the net. Or not, right on into the boards. They're not going to go back into the down the tunnel into the locker room.
Concussion, maybe.
Yeah, so Gonsalves is going to serve the penalty for him. Let's take a look. No, I don't know if it's a concussion. It might be like a back or something.
Yeah.
So he slammed into the back, and take it from me, slamming into them boards hurts. I did that once. I slid butt first into the boards. That son of a gun can hurt on its feet. I slammed into the boards one point, butt first. At speed, it did not feel good. So we'll see. Crosby on the near side, trying to win the draw. Going to be won by the Lightning over to the far side. Moser going to send it. That's going to be Malkin trying to get there. A bit of a tied-up puck along the far side. Now over to the near side. Crosby back in behind the net to the far side. He sends it. Still tied up. Along the corner they go. Sending it up to the top of the zone. The Pens maintaining possession with a chance here. Over to the far side. Shot. Not going to go. Seeing some cotton candy now to the top of the zone. And that's going to be over there to Tanger. Passing across to Malkin. Back to Tanger. Back over to Crosby. Crosby down low with a chance. Passing in front. Could not connect with Malkin. Over to the far side they go. Top of the zone. Crosby sending in. Shot going to get deflected. Going to go wide out of the net. Not going to go near side. Battling for possession. The Lightning able to clear the zone. 1:15 to go on the power play. 16:26 to go in the second. And ready to roll. Tanger with that puck. Keep it back there. Going to take it now is going to be Rickard Rakell. Up over to Rust into the offensive end. Rakell taking it in. Passing to Rust. A chance up front. Shot. Not able to go. Near side. Crosby up to the top of the zone. Deflected over to the far side. That's Malkin back again to the top to Tanger to Crosby. A lot of quick puck movement. This is what you need to do if you're the Penguins. Back cross ice to Rakell. Back over to Crosby. Going to get deflected out the other way. And Shelov's going to play that puck. Going to send it around the far side. And now it's going to be Malkin. 37 seconds to go on the power play. 15:48 in the period. Into the offensive end. Going to be taken right back by Nick Paul and the Lightning. Over to the near side.
You know the next penalty is going to be the Penguins.
Batters with that puck. Going to bleed a lot of that clock. The Pens not being very aggressive. Into the offensive end. 2-on-2. Shot by Gensel. Not going to go to the far side. Nick Paul trying to get that puck. And the Pens battling aggressively there with Brazeau. They'll be taken to the far side with it now. Is going to be Mantha. Anthony Mantha moving it up. 10 to go on the power play. Up through center they go to the offensive end. Trying to move it around, losing possession. Mantha trying to get back on it. Can't quite do so. Penalty expires. Top of the zone, Tanger. To move it down low again. Back in behind the net to the far side they go. Working with it now is going to be sent around the near side. Kendall with that puck over to the far side again. Shocking to get deflected over to the near side. Taken back by Gonsalves. Up through center. He's going to take it. Passing along the far side. Into the offensive end. The Pens going to take it right back. Back in behind the net. Over to the far side they go. Kendall going to wrap it back around behind his own net. Looking for somewhere to go. Help here. Going to leave it back in behind the net. How you doing, Bagel? The Penguins trying to move it up. That's going to be Lizotte. Center now to Dewar. Into the offensive end. Dewar wrapping around the corner. Paddling for it. Down low. Lizotte in there as well. Same with Achari. Along the boards. Moving around to Achari now with a chance. If he can control it. Top of the zone. Over to Shea. Shea moving it in. Looking for some help again. Going to leave it there for Dewar. Shot going to get deflected. Lizotte. That puck to the near side. Up to the top of the zone. Back down along the boards. Trying to find some help again. Then to the top of the zone. That's going to be over to Shea. Sending it back down low behind the net. Bodies collide. And it's going to be over to the far side. Taken back by the Lightning. Up through the near side. Going to be moving through center. Into the offensive end they go. Going to dump it in. And do a little dump and chase. Connor Clifton trying to get that puck. Battling over to the far side. Clifton still. Over there to Achari. Back again to Shea. Shea over to the near side. Working with that puck. Going to slow it back down. Back in behind he goes. Behind the net. Wing to Clifton. Clifton now with that puck. The Lightning playing an aggressive press defense over to Shea. Shea over to the near side. Bring it up. Pass off Raquel. Passing wing to wing into the offensive end. Crosby with a chance. Gonna pass across. Shot. Can't quite get there. Back in again behind the net, and we got a stoppage. Oh, man. How's it going, Jonah? Doing. All right. Coke Zero is what powers this voice through these streams. Without the Coke Zero, I don't know that I'd make it. But do you want to say hello again? Come on. Come on. Come on, Bagel. You can come up here. You can say hello to the people of the stream. Welcome to the club. Take a seat on the couch. Yeah, that was bad. That was bad. But at least Tomlin's gone, so we're going to have a couple bad years. But we should be able to bounce back with a new head. Huh. Is that right, Bagel? There you go. We got the Bagel saying hello to the people on the stream. Son says, hi, Bagel. What are you on, huh? All right. So far, Dad, what are you out of the Pens?
They're keeping it close. They have some opportunities, but you know, I think the first one that gets a goal is gonna.
Luke says hi, Bagel.
That could potentially win this game.
It could be one of those 2-0 games. Yeah, Luke. Oh, what do you? Oh, you're going to give Luke a handshake. I like that. I like that, Bagel. All right, but if you guys are enjoying the stream, enjoying the coverage, or enjoying the game, let us know. Dropping a like and subscribing to the channel, man. Let's see if we can make some progress to 635. We're only 3 subs away from that. Let's see if we can make some progress to hit it. The puck now going to go back in behind the net. Over to the near side. Going to get cleared out all the way back into the Pens defensive end. No icing. It's going to be Tanger. Back in behind the net he goes over to the far side. Cross ice to Kulak. Kulak over to, that's going to be Crosby. Down low, the chance, passing across, could not connect. Working around the far side again. The Lightning going to get possession for now. Raquel trying to battle with it, though. Puck goes loose, taken back by the Penguins. Over to the near side again. Moving it into the offensive end. The Lightning with possession. Down to the corner, down low to the far side behind the net. Tanger going to take that puck away. Over to the far side, but the Lightning get it right back. Off of the stick there now of Gurgensen. And going to be battling for that possession. The Pens coming away with it along the far side board, dumping it into the offensive end. Back into the corner down low. That is going to be J.J. Moser behind the net. Close down as both teams going to go for changes. And over to the far side. Going to send it up in through center ice they go. The Lightning up on into the offensive end. Passing across. Not able to connect. Down low into the corner they go. Wotherspoon along the far side. Up to the near side. The Pens go again. Nobody home. But that's going to be Chinikov able to get there. Trying to get out of the danger zone. That's going to be St. Ivany. Going to send it into the neutral zone again. Now it's going to be Malkin taking that puck up to the near side through center. Into the offensive end if they can get it, but they can't control it. Back into the offensive end they go, but going to be taken by Jack St. Ivany behind the net over to the near side. Trying to move it up in the defensive end through center ice. And it's going to be off of Chinikov, off of Novak, across ice. Novak trying to pass across. Nice block on that pass there by Crozier as the two Lightning collide and hit the ice. Over to the near side of the offensive end, taken back by the Penguins. Cross ice pass they go. Over to the far side to the near side from Jack St. Ivany, moving it into the offensive end. Novak going to be losing the puck, taken back by the Lightning. Over to the near side, off of the stick there of Brandon Hagel. Up on into the offensive end with a chance. Kucherov passing back. Body goes down, crashes into some Penguins. And that's going to be a delayed, that's going to be a penalty that's called late. Come on. Let's see. Okay, they're going to say he stepped on the puck. Okay, good. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, if that's a trip, then Casper's playing on the Penguins. Oh, man. Genzel's steaming on that. He's like, brother, he fell on the ice. A fall on the ice does not a trip make. The Lightning can't believe it, but that's the right call. If you're going to call that a trip, then apparently Casper's wearing a Penguins jersey. Oh, my gosh. It's like you blew the whistle. You blew the whistle. You got to call the penalty. Brother, Casper does not wear a Penguins uniform. Over to the near side, into the offensive end, behind the net, over to the far side. Now it's going to be the Pens trying to take it back on the near side. Taken back by the Lightning. Top of the zone for Chernak. Across again. Back over to the near side. Shot not going to be saved there. Going to be deflected loose over to the near side in front of the net. Taken. Shot over to the near side. Not going to go. A chance again deflected by the blocker pad. Over to the top of the zone again. Nick Paul to the near side. Over there to Chernak again. Passing across. Chernak with the puck again now. Passing it down low to Kucherov. The top of the zone.
Looks like a power play.
Near side shot by Kucherov going to go high. But it is good to see as the Lightning clear themselves out of the zone. There's a delayed penalty on the Penguins. There's the penalty they were trying to call. But yeah, Chernak is back in the game, which is good to see. Probably just a stinger from hitting the boards. I know that feeling. It don't feel great. But it's just a little, knock the wind out of you kind of thing.
I told you the next penalty was going to be the
I don't know what
Penguins.
that is. I don't know what this is. Interference. Connor Clifton getting 2 for interference. Yep. That's interference. So we'll see. The bin.
I don't like this. I just have this sinking feeling that the Tampa Bay is going to score on this power play.
Oh, we'll see.
Have that sinking feeling.
You will see. Ready to roll here. The first power play for the Lightning tonight. Gensel going to take the draw over to the near side corner. The Pens win it over to the near side again in front of the net. Trying to clear it out. They will. Near side. Back on across into the far corner. Going to give chase. Going to be Darren Radish. Pens are 7th in the PK at 82.3%. The Lightning are 20.6% for 14th on the power play in the NHL. That's going to be passing across from Hagel into the offensive end. Going to go for the Lightning. That's going to be Kucherov. Taking it down low along the near side. Looking for some room up to Gensel. Top of the zone again. Back down here to Kucherov. Back up to the top of the zone to Radish. Back to Kucherov again. They're playing ping pong. Down to Gensel. Gensel over to the far side again. Shot going to go wide to the near side. Battling for that puck down low. Gensel with the puck. Up to Kucherov again. Kucherov across ice shot. Going to get deflected and over to the near side it goes. Clearing out of the zone. And the Penguins are going to force the Lightning to retreat after that. They go back into the zone now. That is going to be a chance there from Kucherov. Back up to Kucherov again. Trying to do a fake out little shot. Over to the near side. Gensel's shot. Going to get deflected off a blocker of Shelov's. Over to the top of the zone they go. Working with that puck now to the near side. Gensel with the puck, top of the zone. From Kucherov passing across. That's going to be Darren Radish. Over to the far side they go. Working with that puck now. Darren Radish, top of the zone, passing across. The chance down low. Back up to Hagel. Shot. Not going to go. Goes wide over to the near side. Veering out of the zone. Not quite yet. But it's going to be Kucherov passing across. Shot. And a nice save by Artie Boy. That's what we like to see. Oh, Artie Boy, the pipes are calling. Man,
That was a clock.
that was dangerous. That was off the crossbar.
Yep.
So here we go. Man, Darren Radish far and away. Both shots at 90+ mile an hour this season at 41. Second place has 29, and Karlsson has 26. He's in third. Unfortunately, we're not seeing Karlsson tonight. Let's see. Bisbee saying sup, Dad. Here we go. Face off won by the Pens. Jack St. Ivany trying to send it along the far side. Taken back by the Lightning. Top of the zone. 25 left on the power play. Darren Radish down low. Over there to Kucherov. Big play by Kulak, but not able to clear the zone. Gensel over to Kucherov. Kucherov. Send it down to Gensel again. A chance, a shot deflected over to the far side. And the Pens are going to clear the zone. 10 seconds to go on the power play. This will probably do it for the power play. So Darren Radish with the puck now. 2 seconds, 1 second. Power play expires. Into the offensive end they go. Battling into the corner. Taken back by Lightning. Deflected by Shelov. Nice play there by Artie Boy. Picking it up now for the Penguins is going to be Brian Rust. Over to Crosby. Over to Rust. Back again along the near side. Top of the zone to Kulak. Got 4-7s out there. Rust taking it, passing across. Going to be deflected. And going to get cleared up out of the zone by the Lightning. Pens coming away with it for the time being. Dumping it back in. There goes Rust with a chance. For some help. Passing to Crosby. Back in behind the net. Over to the near side. Wraparound chance. Not going to go. Puck goes loose to the far side. And going to get cleared up to the top of the zone. Maintained by Ricard Raquel. And we got a penalty coming up here. As you got two of them getting at it there. And Brian Rust getting into it there with Darren Radish. You got Tanger in there. Raquel's getting in there.
But who's on the penalties at the Penguins?
Could be both. It could be two, it could be 4-on-4. It could be two dropping. Wow. We'll see what the penalties are on this. There's probably gonna be a couple, I would imagine. No, Crosby going to the bin, but it might be into Lightning too. Brought a Lightning with him. Crosby going to the bin. That's Crosby. Elbowing. Yep. That's elbowing. And that's what started it. He elbowed Deastus. Deastus was not going to let that slide. Man. So probably the next whistle. We're gonna cover the power play. Probably the first whistle after the power play is gonna be where we wrap it up for tonight.
You're gonna cover the first goal then.
No, we're not. Unfortunate because I'd love to cover more of the game, but I do have bowling in 40 minutes. So I have to make sure I'm there for bowling. But tomorrow we got a hockey doubleheader. Let's go ahead and take a look at the scoreboard or the streaming schedule real quick for the week, so I know what I'm covering, and I can tell you guys it is the Flyers at the Sabres at 7 p.m. and the Vegas Golden Knights at the Los Angeles Kings at 10 p.m. I'll be live for both of those tomorrow for sure. What's going on, Bagels? All right. But if you guys are enjoying the stream, let us know by dropping a like and subscribe, man. We're 1 like away from 10. We're 3 subs away from our next minor goal at 635. Let's see if we can make some progress on that before we got to wrap it up. Oh, Petco, we're still going to be live for the power play. I'm just kind of letting everybody know ahead of time that after the power play, we're going to have to wrap things up.
So, Bagel, do you think they're going to score on the power play, Tampa?
If in the mic, I think that's a yes.
I think that's a yes. I think she takes it.
Oh, man. But we will see the Lightning going on their second power play of the game. While we're at commercial, I'm going to load up my... Oh, never mind. I was going to load up my bowling balls, but I waited too long. But either way, the Penguins going to be back on the penalty kill. And I prefer my fantasy player score. Well, let's see. How am I doing in fantasy, by the way? Not terrible. I'm at 32.6 overall on the week. My opponent has 2.6 on the day. I have 3.9. But it's all carried by a bunch of 0.6, 0.7, 0.3, 0.5. Nobody's really running away with it like they did yesterday. So here we go. Face off in the far circle. Going to be won by the Lightning. Top of the zone. Working with it now to the near side. That's going to be Kucherov. And it gets cleared out of the zone. Up there by the Penguins. Working with it now. I believe it's going to be Darren Radish. Kamaz and JJ. Penn's going down and Blues go. Bruins go. And here we go. Over to the near side.
That could have been
a trip, but they didn't call it. Radish with the puck. Ready to roll. Over to the far side. Working with it. Nolachari trying to take that puck away if he can. Without being stupid. But over to the neutral zone. The Lightning going to go into the offensive end with a chance. And another body goes down, but no penalty on that. Going to be around it. Hagel over to the near side. Radish down low. Over to Kucherov. Back up to Hagel. Shot not going to go over to the near side. Kucherov with that puck over to the far side. Battling with it now. Going to be Hagel against, I believe it's going to be Dewar. Up to the top of the zone. He gets cleared out. Nice play there by the Pens to force that puck out of the zone. So here we go. Moving into the offensive end. Chasing for it now, though. It's going to be Brandon Hagel. Trying to pass it around. Nice takeaway by the Pens. But going to be kept in by Darren Radish. Down low they go. Racing for it around the near side. Going to be from Gensel to Kucherov. Kucherov top of the zone again. Across back to Kucherov again. Down low there to the near side again. Back to Kucherov. Kucherov looking for somewhere to go. Passing across. Shot. Not going to go. Nice shot there by Bjorkstrand. But the puck going to get cleared out by the Penguins. It's going to be Vasilevsky playing the puck in front of his net to the far side. Let's see. Vote Moss sports poll. Like, yes, sir. You gave like. Thank you, man. We always appreciate it, Moss. Up on into the offensive end. The Lightning go. Moving that puck around the far side. And to get a chance with Clifton to clear the zone. And they will. Going to clear the zone. 10 seconds to go on the power play, baby. Let's freaking go. Another penalty kill here. Man. Bruins Red Wings battle 0-0 after 1. Yes, sir. Hold 2. Sir. Yes, sir. Now over to the near side. Working with that puck. Top of the zone. A chance by Dan Stu's going to be deflected there. Along the near side. Power play did expire. Into the offensive end. The Pen's going to move it back out. Into the neutral zone they go to the near side. Punching it through center to the offensive end. Goes Raquel with a chance. Across. Crosby in front. Try and take it over to the near side. Not going to go. Shea going to get taken down along the near side board. Moving it up into the neutral zone they go is going to be Holmberg with a chance. Passing across there in front of the net. Bodies collapse and hit the ice. Taken back by the Pens behind the net. Crosby with that puck over to the far side. Over to the near again. Working with it is going to be Raquel into the offensive end. Chasing down low into the corner. Off of the stick there of Moser to the near side board. Tied up and going to be taken away by Malcolm with a chance. Passing across, not able to cleanly connect with Kindle. Wing to wing now over to Kulak. Shot by Kulak. And going to be a nice save by Vasilevsky. Hey, everyone, how's it going, Heather? Still 0-0.
I think they need to start taking shots instead of trying to make the pass.
That is true. That is true. But unfortunately, they are at a commercial. That means we are going to have to wrap it up for the night. I would love to cover more of this game, but I do have bowling at 9 o'clock, so I got bowling in 35 minutes. So I got to get there. I got to get set up. I got to make it to bowling. So I do got to wrap up this stream. We will be live for a hockey doubleheader tomorrow. We got Blues Sabres at 7 and Knights Kings at 10. You got anything else you want to tell the people, Dad? Oh, don't tell me you. I'll get this one charging. Let me go ahead and get it going now so I don't forget. But yeah, we are ready to roll here. Unfortunately, I have to wrap it up here today. Again, do appreciate all you guys. Absolutely ready. Again, we try to cover hockey as much as we can. I'm trying to cover as many Pens games as possible this year. So we will be here tomorrow for a hockey doubleheader. Our next Penguins game, let me go ahead and eye that up. I believe the next Pens game for sure that we'll be covering will be on the 19th against the Kraken. But we might be able to cover another Penguins game later on. Let me see when the Penguins play again here real quick. Maybe pull up their schedule so we can see when we might cover another Penguin. Let me see. GYNS. But yeah, the Penguins, they play on Saturday at 7. We might be live for that, depending on if I'm doing anything on Saturday or not. If I'm not doing anything Saturday, I will be live for Pens Blue Jackets. Otherwise, the next Pens game will be on the 19th on Monday. So with that, we'll catch you guys next time. Drop a like if you enjoyed. Drop a sub if you enjoyed. Always appreciated. Also, we did roll out channel memberships. No, not a requirement by any stretch of the imagination, but if you guys would like to help support this channel and help with the expenses like ESPN Plus and DougBot, it is greatly appreciated. But again, not required. This content is free for everyone forever. And with that, I will catch you guys next time. Peace out and have a good one, everybody. Good night, Colin.